Hi, my name is Juliana, and I will share my thoughts and personal experiences for the following knowledge claim. Ways of knowing are a check on our instinctive judgment. To what extent do you agree with the statement? To start off, I will begin by breaking down and defining the most important parts of this knowledge claim. According to theoryofknowledge.net, ways of knowing are how we acquire knowledge about the world around us and figure out our relationship with it. In total, there are 8 ways of knowing that may be codependent of each other. They are emotion, faith, imagination, intuition, language, memory, reason, and sense perception. Instinctive judgment is your first conscious reaction to something or someone, and this only takes a split second, so you don't really have time to think, you just act. It can be said that instinct is like a mental reflex. Therefore, it can be considered the fastest way of attaining knowledge. But is it the most reliable? Personally, I feel that reason is the most important way of knowing because it takes the longest to acquire. When you are young, you tend to believe anything that is said to you, especially by your parents or family members, because you still haven't fully developed the skill of reasoning or logic. At this age, you are still dependent of your parents because we still rely on them to survive. So when I was little and my parents told me that Santa Claus existed, I had no problems or doubts in having faith or believing that an old man delivered gifts to every single household in the world in one night. Because faith is similar to intuition. You believe something to be true, but there is no proof to tell you why. Obviously, when you grow up, you acquire more knowledge through reason, and you come to the conclusion that your instinct was incorrect and completely trusting your parents was a mistake, because it is impossible for something like that to actually happen. That will also affect me emotionally, so you won't trust them again for a long time. Also, biologically speaking, our instincts are meant for us to avoid certain dangers and are key to our survival. So, if you were exposed to a prior dangerous experience, that memory will limit that exposure from happening again. According to dictionary.com, memory is defined as the mental capacity or faculty of retaining and reviving facts or recalling and recognizing past experiences. If I were to take a shortcut through a narrow rural road and I was close to crashing, I would instinctively avoid that danger and take another route to avoid myself getting hurt. Another example that ways of knowing can disprove your instinct or check your instinct is your first impression of someone based on how they look. Because they might look a certain way in which you are attracted to and think a potential friendly relationship or any relationship may be positive. But along the way, reason and logic can prove that this person isn't really right for you and you don't really have a connection. And that your instinct actually misled you because you basically judge them on your personal preferences or sense perception. In conclusion, intuition can affect your life in a positive or a negative way because its weaknesses are also its strengths, which is the ability to understand something without the need of conscious reasoning. Due to these personal experiences, I agree with this knowledge claim since our instincts are never 100% right, and those 8 ways of knowing that will challenge your instincts firsthand.